You got your intro?
Nope, but I can get it if we'd like. Hold on.
Yeah.
Give me 1 sec. Oh, okay. 1 second. My ass on shit you don't pay me for to use my crap. Man, that pisses me off. All right, ready when you are.
But it all comes crashing here and reminds me of the past. And sometimes I hear your name. Sometimes I hear your name. It reminds me of the pain. Well, I guess you read me right, 'cause I am a foolish man. But at least I understand. But at least I understand. And I've learned to live with it. sad, lying helpless on the beach. But the ones you need so bad, the ones you need so bad, are the ones you cannot reach. Memories like grains of sand.
Hello, 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 everyone. Good to see you.
Hello, hello, hello. See everybody in the chat there. Rick, Mr. Green Thumb, Crypto Maria, Kelly's Musing. Hey, Timber, think right. Hector. And anybody else I might have missed? Well, it's been a crazy week, and like I say, the title of the stream. Yeah, what I can't even remember what I call the title of this. Oh, This Week in Clown World. So I'm just gonna fire right up into this first clip, and just wait for people to come in. I'm gonna start this one.
The first trans woman to have a successful uterus transplant, ovaries and eggs included. And I want to be the first trans woman to have an abortion. I will let a doctor who has successfully transplanted a uterine complex before cut the organs out of a willing, healthy, transmasculine donor, place them in my body. I will devote myself, heart and soul, to their aftercare. I will have as much gay sex as it takes with as many trans women as it takes, and let the transphobes and homophobes scratch their heads wondering what to make of it. And I want to be the first trans woman to have an abortion.
That's insane, dude.
Talk about clown world.
That is extremely insane.
Mr. Green Thumb, I just had a chance to barely skim through any of that. I'm not willing to comment on it yet, but I will look into it. Hey, Andy. How's it going?
It's This Week in Clown World, Andy.
Big time clown world. I don't even know what to say anymore. It just,
Well, the thing of it is, Brian, if that isn't a parody of someone playing a joke, which I don't believe it to be, it certainly doesn't look like they're trying to portray a parody. You got to be one special kind of messed up in the head.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a psychologist but
well, no, and then I wouldn't. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking people for whatever they want to do in their own bedroom, but dude, come on now. There's a limit to things that just where literally insanity is stepping into play here.
Yeah. I think I might take a YouTube strike for even playing that tonight, or even commenting on it. But if somebody's putting themselves out there in public, saying what they just said,
and disclaimer, we provide no medical information, no political. No. Everything you hear on here is totally opinion. Don't take anything we say as truth. This is strictly fair use and only commentary upon what we see.
Yeah, it is my opinion, and only my opinion, but that person needs severe psychiatric treatment. That's just so bizarre.
Well, come on now. One, to even think of doing that, and then to take and be so, shall we say, blasé about it and life in general.
Well,
I can't put that in. I can't wrap my head around that.
Okay, I could kind of like, okay, accept the fact that, try some medical procedures to have a baby. I could almost wrap my head around that. But the motivation for doing it, to be the first trans woman to have an abortion, that's just sick. Absolutely sick. To even think that way, to come up with that concept is just sick, and somebody should go take that person and get them the help they need.
I don't even know what to say to that, Brian. I really don't. There's not many moments when I'm at a loss for words, but that is certainly one of them.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah, talk about your clown world. It's just, yeah.
But you have to wonder what is in today's society that has motivated someone to even fathom that, to think that something of that idea is even an acceptable consideration.
Yeah.
Only to just be the first whatever to have an abortion. What happened to having like real goals in life? Was there a problem with that? I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
take up painting or something. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't wrong there, Andy.
Yeah.
Um,
I would assume they would never find a. Well, yeah, I shouldn't assume anything.
No, that's definitely assumptions are out of bounds when it comes to that, bud.
Yeah.
Way out of bounds. That's literal. That's beyond. That is just beyond. Oh boy. I have no clue how to even address that.
Yeah, that's just yeah. So I don't even know what to even think about that.
That's even beyond virtue signaling, man.
It is. It's
that's. I mean, you're talking another world type thing.
Yeah.
Well, I guess to continue, I will forewarn people, if you have any children in the room and you might find certain things offensive, you might want to take them out of the room, and I will give you just a minute to do that. Oh, don't worry. I got something to touch upon that too, Andy. Clown world knows no boundaries. So, but anyways, I'll give it a few more seconds just to make sure that nobody has any little ones around. And this is an adult program, just for anybody that doesn't realize that by now. Okay, so to continue with our path down clown world, Denmark now has a statue of a man, quote unquote, breastfeeding at a former woman's museum prompts criticism. And Carrie Musings, I must thank you for putting me onto this, because I was like, you have to be kidding me. But it's a thing, and it's deeper than just that. But this is what you get, folks. I'm only going to leave that there for a second, because some people might find that offensive, but that's reality in the public display. So let's move on to the article. So the statue of a naked bearded man attempting to breastfeed an infant is drawing disapproval on social media for what some critics are calling female erasure. Gee, color me shocked. The nude figure, constructed in 2021, managed to keep that hidden for a while, as a self-portrait by Aske Krogard, is depicted with exposed male genitals and breasts, to which he is holding a feeding baby. You just can't make that up. Now, despite having been created to commemorate International Men's Day, the statue has now been placed outside the Gender Museum in Aarhus, Denmark, which was previously known as the Women's Museum. And I really wish Walker was here to read that, because I am not even going to begin to attempt to say that. The facility was originally founded in 1982 to educate the public about women's history, but in 2021 it was renamed to reflect the shift in focus towards topics of gender and sexuality. Need I say more? The Gender Museum justified the decision to change its name by claiming that gender roles had changed significantly, and that emphasis of the museum would be focused to shift towards freer expression of all genders. A lot has happened in the relationship between the sexes since the Women's Museum Association saw the light of the day. Men's gender roles and function in society have also changed significantly, the museum's website stated. The cultural heritage rests in places on old divisions between gender roles, while the present expects freer expression of all genders. Just as women's research at universities today is called gender research, the museum has followed the same development in its ongoing depiction of the documentation of cultural history. Okay, I just can't finish that. Sorry. You just can't make that up. And as I said before, I don't care what somebody does in the privacy of their own home, what they like. I just don't care. But you literally, at one point in time, in many countries, had people tearing down statues of historical figures, but yet some people find that to be an acceptable representation of society. I would really like to know what percentage of society they feel that actually represents. I just, I don't knock people for stuff like they want to do, but there becomes a time when an ideology should not be overruling, shall we say, public decency and common good, I guess. As I said, there's not many things that make me have a loss for words, but some of the things that me and Brian have looked at and talked about, I just can't wrap my head around. And to think that we have governments that are making laws based upon this stuff just smokes my mind.
It's it's just unreal.
It really is getting close to that, isn't it, Rick? A depiction of Baphomet. It really is. The stories are supposed to stay in stories. And art is art, but that is not art.
Yeah, and the newest Miss Netherlands is a transgender.
Keep on our course of clown world.
Yeah, we'll get into something a little more serious here in a moment or two, but
oh my goodness. Here we go. One sec, folks. Wow, do I have a boat ton of windows open?
I don't know.
Here we go. Not to keep us off. Trans model and actor is crowned Miss Netherlands and will compete for Miss Universe. Okay. No virtual signaling going on here, and not at all, none whatsoever. Ricky Valerie Collet poses after being crowned the winner in Miss Netherlands beauty pageant in Leusden on Saturday. I hope I'm not butchering that name. But Ricky Valerie Collet has won Miss Netherlands crown, and she will become the second openly transgender woman to participate in the Miss Universe pageant. The second. I didn't even know there was a first.
Yeah.
Quoting, "I did it," Collet, 22, wrote in an Instagram post after she was crowned in the pageant on Saturday, July 9th. "Yes, I'm trans and I want to share my story, but I'm also Ricky, and that's what matters to me. I did this on my own strength and enjoyed every moment." Later down the caption, she wrote, "Wherever you are in the world, I want to be there for you and be an example that I missed as a little me." She finished off her Instagram post with writing, "On to many more adventures. Let's get at Miss Universe ready. So excited." Okay. I'll let everybody ponder in a moment. There, maybe I'll take it up. There you go. That is now the standard of beauty and women over there, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, color me old school, but that's kind of like Coke. I'll take the real thing, thank you. Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
It is a clown world.
Well, you know, Rick, you could look at it that way, but I really think it's to actually destroy the concept of woman. And I'm not even sure if do you use the term female? Am I wrong? Yes, maybe. I don't know. I'm not, shall we say, as informed as most. Well, Mr. Green Thumb, I haven't had a TV in 20 plus years, so yeah. So as you can see, yeah. This week in Clown World.
This week in Clown World.
Well, you know, Carrie, it used to be a running joke among many. But you're very correct. You're very correct. To say that I don't know what to think or say about this, it would be an understatement. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash people for being what they want to be. By all means, you do you. But yeah, I won't elaborate anymore on that one.
Well, yeah, you do you, but don't expect me to do you.
Oh, I so need that other video, Brian. I so need that other video. I couldn't find it. If I could find it right now, oh God. Oh, excuse me, pardon me, Chaplain. Sorry. Oh, jeez. And we wonder why
It's
our systems in the world are so turned inside out and upside down. If the saying holds that art depicts reality, that statue is certainly saying something about the state of society.
yeah.
And I don't even know how to wrap my mind around that. But I said, I wish Roger was around so he could translate some of that stuff for me and give me a firsthand view of how that's being, well, obviously it's not being accepted over there if they're having many complaints. But I don't know what else to say about that.
Yeah. But yeah. So as we continue down this clown world, I did find out a firm date for the amendments to the International Health Regulations. December 1st, 2023 is when the regulations will be become law, or I guess that's the best way to put it. Now, there was a petition signed in Canada. I'm not sure about the States. So it's this petition was I'm just going to bring up this this page here. So this LESLYN Lewis. Now the way it works in Canada is we signed a petition, and this LESLYN Lewis agreed to present it at the House of Commons. I've been trying to find out at what state it is right now, and I'm having a hard time finding out. I have emailed this MP. I have phoned the MP trying to find out where this petition is at. This will allow the House to debate what's going on with the amendments as it sits right now, and it's the same with the U.S. that there is no debate by government over these amendments. It's almost like the government has nothing to do with it. There's no debate on any of the amendments. It's either you opt out or you're in. It's such a non-democratic system, and So we need to, as a group of people, get a hold of this LESLYN Lewis and find out, put pressure on to find out where this is sitting right now, when it's going to be brought onto the floor of the House, and try and see where it's at, because we can't let U.S. and Canada just be automatically opt into these new regulations. What was the latest thing they were trying to scare us with? Some kind of a blood eye or something? That, did you see anything about that there?
They change every other week.
Yeah, because we will be in a world of hurt. You think we're living in a clown world now? We'll be living in a bigger clown world if we don't get this stopped.
Yeah, and there is a petition in England as well.
Yeah.
So if you're from or know somebody from, I suggest looking it up. I do believe Andrew Bridgen is part of that, so you could probably find him over there in England. Australia, so, I'm not sure, but I do believe it was brought to the floor, brought up, but I don't know if there's any kind of petition or anything going on.
So I will, once the stream ends, so I will put her contact information in the description. And if everybody can do their part and share her contact information out with people, have them write an email wondering the state of the petition for the international health regulations. We need to put pressure on these people.
Oh, and, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. That is going to be one of the keys for the introduction of the whole, not just digital ID, but the people have the wrong idea about this 15-minute city thing. This is one of the key things that need to happen for them to literally have reasoning to keep track of people, which will end up being a digital ID. But on top of that, with the digital currency, when it comes to the concept of 15-minute cities, you will literally be confined without walls, because it'll be, as they say, a programmable expiratory currency, meaning they get to dictate what, when, and where, and how you use your own money, if you want to call it that. So that's another thing I don't think people quite understand, that it isn't exactly how it's being portrayed. And now and I can thank Rick for this, albeit it's gotten a little deeper than a video he sent me that I looked at. I don't know if most people are aware, but there is a committee at the CDC of people who are unelected and appointed that are the ones who make the recommendations for vaccinations. The video I watched had a bunch of clips and stuff from when they used to have actual meetings, but those have since disappeared. But I do have one from 2019 that is a example of how this isn't. But one thing I'd like to point out that come out of this, when we were talking about the whole coof and the magic potion and stuff, if you look here, and I'll blow this up so people can see it. Give me one sec. I gotta find the right one. There it is. Is that readable now yet? I'll read it to everybody. But what it states in this highlighted part, and this highlight part is right on their website. I haven't highlighted it. They did. When they passed the coof jab, it says consistent efficacy of greater than or equal to 92% was observed across age, sex, race, and ethnicity categories and among persons with underlying medical conditions. Efficacy was similar high in secondary analysis, including participants both with or without evidence of previous SARS-CoV-2 infection. Now, this is the document that was used prior to all of the fun we started having in 2020. That's what they used. Now, we all know that that story has changed quite drastically since then. But yet that's still used as a, it's cited on many things that they use for other stuff. And the fact that it's still being cited, even though it's come out that many of the things that we were told were absolutely wrong, which is not any big secret. But unfortunately, I can't blatantly say it where we're at the moment. But that's the same thing. And now, if you want to see what I mean about how these people who are choosing these things are, this will give you a good idea. And now remember, these people actually can apply for this, and they aren't voted in. They literally are taken by, I'm assuming, like they would a job. They're taken on by, I guess, the board or the panel who seems to think those people are best qualified for the job. Yeah, well, I'll let you, this will speak for itself. This is their debate on how they choose the vaccines for us.
So if we're going to say may, then we should remove the wish to maintain protection.
Anybody else? Dr. Bernstein?
Perhaps we can just put a booster dose of AVA should be given, or whatever words people have decided, every 3 years to maintain protection.
Dr. Atmar?
I suggest that booster dose of AVA may be given every 3 years among persons not currently at high risk of exposure to the anthracis who have previously been primed with AVA and wish to maintain protection. Just flip it. And then you capture the idea, and it's make clear that it's still permissive as opposed to mandated. And
any other comments? Dr. Baker?
I would suggest, for the sake of accuracy before the vote, that you get words up there that are going to be the words you're voting on, please.
Dr. Baker, exactly my thoughts. I was about to make that suggestion, but go ahead, Dr. Fry.
I would like to see Robert's words put up there so we can take a look at those more closely. That sounded pretty good to me.
So what I propose, You want to try this? Okay. So let's put something up there now and see if we can come to an agreement. Otherwise, I think we need to postpone the vote until tomorrow so that we can wordsmith this to the satisfaction of everybody.
So we can wordsmith this to the satisfaction of everybody. Now, you have to realize they aren't voting on the approval of the vaccine yet. They're voting on the usage of the words should or may. And then and to save everybody a headache of going through this, I will just give the short and dirty of what happens in this video. What ends up happening is they put the little line up between should and may, and then they vote upon that this is how we're going to say this. No consideration or debate whatsoever about the actual medical procedure they're supposed to be voting on, but they vote 15-0 to approve the changes in the wording, and then 30 seconds later they vote on the medical intervention and vote 15-0 to approve it. They put more debate in, and literally I only got the end of it. They debated this for like 20 minutes on the word should and may. They didn't debate at all in the approval process of the medical intervention. Not one bit. They just went right straight to the vote, 15-0 approved, bam, there you go. Line them up. You know, so yeah, this week in clown world. And these are the people who have been making these decisions for the past 3.5 years that most of the Western world has been going on. They're not elected. And from what I can see, they're not all that intelligent either. They would debate about 2 words more than they debate about the actual medical intervention that they're going to approve in a matter of 30 seconds, 15-0, that is going to be given to the largest part of the Western world on the planet.
Yeah.
That's the people, 15 people, who cannot agree on the word should or may. But boy, they can sure agree on saying, here you go, take this.
Yeah. Canada just came out, Public Health just came out and recommended boosters for the fall. For the elderly and the immunocompromised. And I find it hard to believe that a lot of people are saying, well, not a lot of people, but some people are screaming, well, it should be for everybody. And I just, with today's information, I just can't, for the life of me, understand. But getting back to the World Health Assembly, who is basically what you were just talking, who make the decisions for the World Health Organization. I'm load up a page here. Now you can see here for the Americas, we have our Canadian representative, Nicolas something or other. I can't read it. But if you look down at the United States of America, it's saying what does it say there?
To be communicated, Washington, D.C.
So you can't even find out. Now I've made a number of phone calls to Nicolas, whatever his name is. I've emailed them a few times, trying to find out, trying to get information. I have not received the call back or an email back. Of course, our government is on vacation right at the moment, but we really need to. I'm looking for this information. I will have his information in the description shortly after the stream goes down, and asking again for you Canadians out there. You'll just get a message machine. Give the guy a call, wanting to know, asking who writes the letter to the WHO to opt out of the World Health Regulations amendments. It is that simple. Somebody just has to write a letter to the WHO representing Canada, whoever that might be, and say we're opting out of these amendments. And it's just trying to find this information out. If one person calls 1,000 times, it's not going to do any good. If 1,000 people call once, it's going to make people sit up and listen. I'll post their whatever social media accounts they have in the description as well. Go to their social media, every tweet they make. I comment on it, asking the questions.
Here we go. I got it, Brad. To use a song as a parody, it's every tweet we make and every truth we fake, and they'll certainly be watching you.
Yeah. Well, I would rather have them watching me now than have to face the consequences of what's coming.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
folks, and many of you have heard me on other places and Brian on other places, and we talk about this stuff. We do have to keep pushing. We actually are making inroads slowly, but we are. But it's going to take everybody.
But yeah, right now, we have a deadline for the amendments to the World Health regulations, and that's December 1st. And
a lot of people don't think it makes a difference, and it absolutely does. Every little bit that can be done makes a difference.
Yeah.
If the beginning of this stream doesn't literally shake you to the core as to how quickly our society is being changed, I hate to think if we don't stop this, what it's going to look like in a couple years. Oh, and happy birthday, Zero. Happy birthday, man. I'll hit you up when we get done with this stream.
Yeah.
That's the big rub, folks, is the slow creep towards normalcy has turned like a full-on 100-yard dash.
Oh, no, it's zero. It's December 1st. Our deadline is his birthday.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll hit you up that day. If it passes, I'll really hit you up.
Yeah. So this is the December 1st it will be the beginning of the end, basically, if this is not stopped.
Yep. Because the big banks are already moving into the digital currency, and there's a lot of places that are literally already limiting cash. We're going to be backdoor forced into it. If they pass this along with that, and if you're not aware of, they have a treaty already, but it's the 300 amendments. And they want to make the treaty and those 300 amendments one thing. And they went and took out the words, kind of like our people from, that chose whether we all get the jibby jab or not. Took out the word may, so it will be in their mind, and a bunch of unelected bureaucrats dictating what we all do in our countries. Oh, gotcha, chap. I was going to say that didn't make a lot of sense the first time. Actually, what's being done is the little banks are being destroyed, and their assets are being uptaken by the big banks.
Yeah,
to be a more I guess reality.
Yeah. So please, everybody, make everybody aware of the International Health Regulations amendments, because that is the tool that is right now missing, that will make it'll just make it so easy for them to institute digital IDs, digital currency, 15-minute cities. They don't need to implement chips in your arm or anything like that. With facial recognition, fingerprinting, retina scanning, they have those tools already.
Yep.
Well, I guess we'll have to see about this. We are going to have a lot of distractions between now and December 1st.
Oh yeah.
If they get this in, if you look at the regulations, they can use the common cold to lock down. They can use climate change for lockdown. Everybody remember, there's a November 2024 in the U.S. It's election time.
Yep.
So
and just to add note about that, if you go to ACIP's website, ACIP is their acronym, and you can look them up here on YouTube. They have a channel on YouTube. And you look and see that they have been putting out videos left and right, pushing the whole idea of climate change related to health things. So they're going to use that as well. They're going to push it from every aspect they can push it.
Yeah.
So all I can say is, folks.
Yeah,
Get over
and
the
I
petty
think
stuff.
next week might be actually on the subject of climate change, because I wanna make available to everybody information that they can carry with them that easily disproves what's going on.
Yeah. And for all the people that missed the beginning of this, it will be on Brian's YouTube channel for as long as it might stay. And it will be on Rumble, but it won't be cached to my Twitch account. It would behoove you to watch it if you want to see why we say welcome or this week in clown world. You just can't make that stuff up.
Yeah. It's yeah. So that's kind of like the plan for next week. I will, after this we shut down, I'll put the links in the description for the Canadian representatives as far as the petition goes. It's unreal how hard it is to find anything out about the U.S. government, who does what. It's
and just in case, many people know I have a Twitch account now, and Brian is on Rumble. We are streaming to both. If for some reason this channel is unable to here on YouTube, which wouldn't shock me, we will be on those. And we are looking at other platforms as well at the moment.
Yeah.
So. Anything else to add, Brian?
Not at this moment.
Okay.
Just one sec here. I just want to start. I think 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock Pacific, which would be what, 11 o'clock? 11 o'clock Eastern. Who is it? Jason, you remember Jason, Australia? He was in the chat in Twitch last week.
Yep.
Him and Rosie Convoy are doing they'll be doing a live between two flags. Actually, that's I'm just going to put that. I'm going to put that in the chat. That's starting at 9 Pacific, 11.
Is that 11 or 12 Eastern?
Must be. I think it's 12. I think 12 Eastern.
Yeah. And for anybody that don't know, once me and Brian are done with this stream, I will be doing an open panel on Twitch after we shut this one down. So anybody that's on Twitch, hang out afterwards when this one stops, and I'll be coming back up with an open one. There is the link to what Brian was talking about below that.
Yeah.
And I thank everybody, and I appreciate everybody that come and hung out. We're slowly building the numbers back to where we were after my demise. So,
yeah.
If you don't have anything else, Brian, I'm going to take this one down.
Yeah, you do that. Cheers, everyone watching. Subscribe if you haven't. And
Yes, absolutely.
over
Subscribe, hit the
Rumble.
like, and burn up your politicians' phones.
Yeah.
And everybody that's on Twitch, I will be back just shortly after this stream goes down. So, all right, everybody take care. And this stream will be down in 3, 2, 1.